Have you ever thought what the world would look like once you are dead? Of course you did. Who among us haven't thought about what kind of legacy we will leave behind? Simply put, legacy is how the world will remember us or how long the world will remember us. And I guess there are different types of legacies. Uh, the simplest legacy would be a biological legacy where you can leave behind your offspring, whereas a bit more difficult legacy would be your karmic legacy, where you will put in all the work and you will be recognized based on your work. But at the same time, there are different degrees or different levels of these legacies as well. For instance, someone who impacts not only millions of people, but let's just say even revolutionize the entire society with their invention, with their discovery, they will have a deeper legacy on the human civilization. Whereas someone who have just impacted their immediate family will have a shorter legacy, in a manner of speaking. And at the same time, not all legacies are good or bad. It could be combination of both as well. For instance, Hitler has a legacy of suffering millions of people, and he won't be forget in the history because of his actions, because of his karma. And on the other end, Gandhi has an uplifting legacy where he uplifted masses from the bondages of imperial rule. And I guess Winston Churchill has a combination. He has a good and a bad legacy, which impacted millions of people on either end. So legacies are complicated, and just like people, because obviously people leave legacies. So legacies are remnants of the people who left that behind. And plenty of times these legacies are helpful for the future generation, because if it's good or bad, it could be a learning moment for the future to come. And at the same time, these legacies are also exploited. For instance, the religion is the biggest exploitation business, and they run that business based on a legacy of whatever, a prophet or maybe a story which has a cultural significance. So, simply put, we all are leaving behind different legacies. And among us, there are people who want to live the life to the fullest. And there is nothing wrong with that. But among us, there are people who not only want to live the life to the fullest, but also want to leave the world better for everyone else. And they are the one who will have a deeper legacy. In a manner of speaking, I'm very inspired by a lot of artists who share their legacy or their art form on social media, right? And depending on how many people actually follow them, you can see their legacy, and you can also see the ramification of their legacy. Uh, for instance, I don't have many or any followers, you know, uh, on my podcast, but looking at Joe Rogan Experience podcast, he has millions of followers. And that also means that whatever he says has deeper impact on the society. In a lot of way, if you are living through your legacy, then that means you have a greater responsibility of how you will be not only handling yourself, but also how your actions impact the greater world. And in today's world, it is actually really interesting to see some of these media people go haywire without caring or truly caring about their legacy of how they will be remembered down the road. In a way, everyone want to be famous, even if that means that they become infamous, because I guess there is a famous and infamous. And as long as people are paying attention to them, they don't care about what type of message they are conveying to the larger world. Having said that, I guess the wrong way of looking at legacy is to want to leave a legacy, because I feel that that's a very superficial way of looking at it. Uh, Again, we all will leave some sort of legacy behind, but the people who truly have deeper impact are the one who did not act to leave a legacy, but they acted for a cause to impact people. And the bigger question is, what will you legacy behind?